Okay, let me get this started here. I'm gonna make this one longer than normal. I'm not gonna make it quick at all. Thank you for coming into this video. If you're new to this channel, you didn't find this by coincidence. I don't believe in luck or coincidence or anything like that. You found this video for a reason. God has blessed you with this video. Other than that, you know, it could be destiny or whatever you call it, whatever your higher power or whatever your purpose of finding this video, you found it. So I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to waste too much time with this. I normally do 15 seconds of motivation, and my content has been changing a lot lately. I'm all over the place. So this one here, I'm always motivating, putting up inspiration, but today I'm going to just go ahead and jump straight into it, man. From knowledge to the results, and why wanting is just not simply enough, man, because we want things to happen our way. Let me just tell you a story straight up. I want everything to happen, and I want the instant gratification, but it gets delayed, and I don't always get what I want. And it's not because it's impossible, and it's not because I'm unlucky. Like I said, I don't believe in luck, but because I just need to adjust some things that I'm doing. Adjustments must be made. Whether it be with my content, whether I'm pushing out enough content, whether because I'm my own worst critic. Sometimes I judge myself before I even get things made, and I end up not doing them. And here's the truth: most people don't want to hear it. Faith without works is just excuse my language, wishful thinking. It's okay to think and wish and dream big, but if you're not going to apply no effort into your dreams, nothing's going to happen. Wanting it is different than working for it. If you work for it, you're going to get what you put in the work for it. If you just want something, it's never going to happen. Everybody wants the lifestyle, the freedom, the peace, the money, but wanting is cheap. It don't pay the bills. So a billionaire once said to me that the direction and everything that I want in life is set by the desire that I have. So desire sets the direction, but discipline pays the bills. Long as you discipline and you consistent with things, like things are going to happen for you. Like, I could tell you I know how to fucking wire up a spaceship. Again, excuse my language, but I'm never going to wire up that spaceship and fly outer space if I don't apply the knowledge. So knowledge is one thing, but applying the knowledge is where you know that's what separates the people that go out and do things from the people that don't. You could talk a good game, but if you ain't walking a good game, you're never going to walk the walk. You're just going to talk the talk. Now, I had the knowledge. I read the books. I watched the videos. I studied the game. I listened to public speakers like Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas. I read, books like from Alan Watson. I got books over here like Millionaire Mindset, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and Richest Man in Babylon. I've read a lot of books and things, but like I said, knowledge ain't power unless you apply the pressure. We trying to build diamonds here. Knowledge without action is just dead weight, and it's not getting you nowhere. So let me break it down, right? The fact that I'm making this video here right now is just going, it's like I'm planting the seed. I might not get no real traction off of this video, and simply I developed the mindset where I don't care no more, because as long as I'm making the content, I'm making the videos, somebody's gonna watch it. I might have one viewer, and one viewer might turn into several viewers, and several viewers might turn into plenty more. So let me break it down. If I could do everything, or if I knew everything about building the spaceship, if I could memorize the blueprints or study the engines or understand the science to that, but guess what? The ship's never going to leave the ground unless I put in the work. Quite simply, that's the only way I could put it. You can imagine something, you can do it. So another wealthy person told me, they once said that execution is the rent you pay for success. You know what I mean? So executing is like paying rent. Every time you show up to that job, you paying your bills. You know your bills gonna get paid. You might have a delayed gratification because you gotta wait for your paycheck, but no action, no results. So no, don't make no excuses. You can't make excuses. Excuses is just like putting water into a gas tank. You can lead a horse to water, and you can be shown the way. You can be given the opportunity. The opportunity can be sitting right in your lap. But if you surround it by people that's not adding fuel to your fire, or if you're not, hyping yourself up to do things, you just surrounded by, a possum, like a playing dead, like you're just not really doing nothing. Nobody can make you drink. Nobody can make you hustle. Nobody gonna make you commit to things, and that's just a part of the game. That part, like, that's on you. Being unsatisfied is a superpower. Me being unsatisfied about a lot of things, I jot down things sometimes, and I found out that my unsatisfaction, my me being upset about things, or things not going my way, and I having the desire or the will to do things, is what puts the battery in my back to go out and do the things. So sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to make things happen. Here's the twist: like being tired of having nothing, being fed up with being stuck, being frustrated with slow progress, that's not weakness, that's just fuel. That should fuel you. That should make you want to put in the effort. Like I said, discomfort is often like a down payment on your growth. You pretty much putting in money, like when you go and when you go buy something from a store and you put it on layaway, pretty much putting it on layaway for your future. That pressure is like putting a battery in your back. The hunger that it gives you is like sharpening your skills, is sharpening your focus, and it's helping you break into things that you want to accomplish. Like going to school, like you going to probably be, after high school, you build up so many different emotions. You want to go to work, you want to you seeing other people doing things, and you want to do things, but you might be, having to pay bills and do things, so you working, and then you end up doing so many other things that you forget, and you put off things that you actually want to do. So stop playing with yourself, and I'm done playing with myself. I'm done playing the small game, sitting on potential, done letting habits block blessings. Also, like, unhealthy habits and things like that is hard. I have a few habits that I gotta shake myself, but now is the time. It's about applying everything that I learned, outworking yesterday's version of myself, breaking every obstacle, and getting in front of my goals, and moving the goalposts forward. You should always want to keep moving the goalposts forward. You never feel like, satisfied with anything that you obtained, because you can always obtain more, and then you get too comfortable with what you got, and another day goes by, and you be wishing that you had more. So just keep putting in work, keep showing up, because if you're a great thinker, or if you're a thinker in itself, that's good. And thinking might just also be the one thing that helps you out, and stop being resistance. Stop having so much resistance towards what you want to do, and just go do it. Your goals can fall right into your laps. It could fall right into new systems and new ways of changing the system that you have in place. Is, knowing that things take time, and it's a process and everything that you do. So don't get caught up on the progress, and wanting to see the success for yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. Kobe Bryant didn't just go straight into the NBA. He had to practice first. So practice and keep showing up and doing what you got to do. I said before, let's be real, like, success ain't instant progress. Ain't nothing pretty about growth. It's uncomfortable. It hurts. You just think about a seed when it goes in the ground. You put water on it, it gets real tight, the dirt gets compressed, and then it still has to grow roots outside of that, and fight the dirt and wiggle out to get where it needs to be in order for it to grow up. But once it sprouts and you start to see it, it feels so good, you know what I mean? But I'm never going to quit, because time is going to pass anyway. I'm going to get old, and at some point in time, I'm going to look back and be like, damn, why didn't I become a billionaire yet? Or why didn't I become, why didn't I become what I wanted or what I set out to be? So everything you pretty much investing into your life, everything that you do, even sitting here watching this video, is an investment. Your time is worth money, is a valuable asset, and you shouldn't waste your time. Don't keep scrolling Instagram, don't keep scrolling your phone on things that's entertainment, that's not gonna get you nowhere. Of course, you could be watching this video thinking, man, like, this is just entertainment. But if you actually use it as your fuel and you use it in the right way, I could potentially change your life. Like somebody's changed my life. I sat there and watched videos, and that reminds me of who I need to be too, because the gift that's so freely given to you, you should be wanting to give back away. God loves cheerful givers, and I started seeing blessings once I put my pride aside and I said, you know what, I might not have all the answers, but I know I can help somebody else out. So the long game always beats the fast execution, or the fast excuses, or whatever. Like, fast money is not always the best money. All money ain't good money. So you got to take the good with the ugly, take the good with the bad. Enjoy the delayed results, because results are going to happen. And this isn't just about motivation, it's about movement. And it ain't just about inspiration, it's about having faith, plus working on whatever you have faith in, because dreams aren't enough all the time. I can imagine anything that I want in my brain right now. I could see a word and I can actually spell it out in my head and visualize it, or I can imagine somebody handing me an orange and I can close my eyes and see me or somebody handing me an orange, and I can literally do that. And if you can do that, you can make it happen in real life. Knowledge is knowing the ledge. You got to know the ledge. You might know so much that you could fall off. Like, know ledge. Think about knowledge. The word itself is 2 words, and knowledge. Words have spells, and words can you can build or destroy on things that you know. So that's why I say know the ledge. You don't want to know so much that you don't know anything, but you should also feel like you don't know everything, so that way you can keep learning things. You know what I mean? I want everything that I want, and like I said, that's how I let off with this video. And this time I'm doing the work to match it. If this message hits you, don't just like it, but apply it. Subscribe to my channel. Lock in and let's build a future. Because results respect effort. So the effort that you put in is the results you get out of it. And it's just like that. This is quite simple. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I appreciate you if you stayed on this long. And I'm working on being on here longer and making longer form videos. Like I said, this is something that, I do outside of what I do on a regular basis. We all need to, work and pay the bills and do what we got to do. But like I said, if you're not working on yourself and putting the same energy that you put into that job, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You still gonna retire. You still gonna be able to save money. You still gonna have a nice thing going on for yourself. But you know, if I inspired you to go out and do some things that you put off on the table, go ahead and just do it. Like I said, I love you. If this video touched you, I just ask that you share it with somebody else, man. And like, comment, and let me know how I can make this video better, or how I can make the videos better in the future that I make, and give me some topics to run off of, because all these reviews that I get from y'all, believe it or not, this is where I find the joy in the process, and this is where I also find new ideas and things to talk about too sometimes, because y'all help me out a lot. And at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. All of the donations that I've received, they help me. They go a long way. And also on top of that, like just the algorithm, y'all pushing me in front of other, like a wider audience, helps me as well too. So every like and comment helps. The share button helps me out a lot. And just have a great day on purpose. I've been up all night. It's pretty late now, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to sleep. And all my content creators that's out there, you know, y'all just been putting it off to the side. Just start today, because when I started off, I was a little bit more shaky with my words. It was hard for me to talk, and I had a lot of doubts and fears and worries about it. But the more and more time goes on, you just stop caring, and people actually will let you know where you falling off at, or where you need to get better at, and that helps me out as well. So don't be scared to let me know something, even if you think it's funny, or if y'all thinking, you know, I'm not a judgmental person or whatever. I'll go ahead and just take it with a grain of salt. If it's something that's gonna help me, constructive criticism, I'll take it. But peace. Have a good night.